What's going on, everyone? ODC here, and I'm back with another just a live hangout. I'll kind of wait for people to trickle in, as I always do, and we'll go from there. Try to get my lighting just right so I'm not he's casting a shadow badly. See if I can sneak him in a little bit more over there, and him over here, and this nerd. There we go. How's everybody doing today? Good, 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 I hope. Let's see. My iPad's going ballistic right now. It's been dead for like 3 days. As soon as I turned it back on, it's this thing on there. Get off. As soon as I turned it back on, I get 8 billion notifications. Oh my god. All right. Sorry about that. Woodman, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Brenda, how you doing? Hello. My Saturday is going pretty well. I actually had off today, which I was not expecting to have off today, but you know, stranger things have happened in the world. Um, I did want to talk, obviously, some toys and stuff, but I want to talk about some. Let's see here if I still have it. Okay, okay. I wanted to talk about some other stuff too. Let me see if that's still going on. I apologize. Okay, when does this end? Let's see. Okay, this ends for day. It's crazy. Okay, so what I kind of wanted to do here was just kind of do this a random thing. I don't know why it's so fuzzy right here. It doesn't make any sense. It's like all of this is decent, and then this is fuzzy, which is very odd. Makes zero sense. A zero. I'm gonna try and wipe. Maybe I have to wipe one of my cameras. Maybe that helped a little bit. Maybe I hit a smudge on my camera. I don't know. One of the many cameras that are on this phone. I think it's just something to do with the live feed with these. Because when I shoot a review now, I mean, it's crystal clear. I'm going to set Palmer up a little bit better. Just shot these. Oh, okay. Master Chief just fell. Just shot these two guys' reviews, the Pale Drivers and the Craig 13, excuse me. So that should be uploaded tomorrow by noon. So if you guys want to check that out tomorrow, you can. His review's already up. Baron Benz. He's going to be next in the Mezco area. I do have a couple other Batman Mezco figure reviews, and then him eventually too. But there's other figures I want to do before them as well. So I'm not going to be just pummeling you guys with Mezco reviews. There's a few others. I want to get this power loader done over there. I want to get that done. So this will be up probably next. The power loader. I just call it the power loader. It's not actually called that, but you know, the Joy Toy power loader is what I call it. Let's get him out of here because since we already got Craig in there. We'll skedaddle her over. And then we'll move the power loader in here a little bit more. because it just looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. And my dog's going ballistic now. How did I know that was going to happen? Okay. How's everybody doing today? Thanks, Woodman. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty awesome. Like the Krieg's helmets are pretty dope. I like them. I like them. There they are. He's fuzzy as a wuzzy. Let me see if I can. All right. Sorry. I had to quiet my dog. He was just going ballistic for absolutely no reason. There's nothing going on. Nothing going downstairs. Just going bonkers. I do have his review coming as well. I keep kind of bringing it up, but he is coming as well soon. Sooner rather than later. I might actually do him first and then do the power loader and such. But yeah. So yeah, I scored the Black Spartan. Looking at the white one too. Yeah, I would say, I mean, if you're just gonna get one, just get Craig 13. Get the Black Spartan, Craig 13 or Craig. I keep saying Craig like his name is Craig from fucking Friday. No, Craig 13. I don't know why this is so fuzzy. It's just pissing me off at this point. I'll just have to scoot in on these people. It's just bothering me, the fuzziness of the. All right, so couple announcements I wanted to make about some toy pre-orders that are actually coming to the end of their pre-order timelines. The Four Horsemen's Cosmic Legions are ending tomorrow at. Let me see what time it is. If this fucking thing every time. It ends Sunday the 24th at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're trying to get your pre-orders in on any of those, go for it. While the Strike While the Iron is hot because Big Bad Toy Store is going to upcharge the shit out of these probably. And secondary markets are probably going to upcharge them too. They actually did move the prices up on some figures. I think just what was it, like $7 now on regular released figures, not the Army Builders. The Army Builders went from 20 to 25, and the regular released figures went from 30 to 37. Some of the deluxe figures, like the Slog, is $80. So the prices are starting to go up a little bit, which does kind of annoy the shit out of me because a lot of these bodies are just reused bodies, you know? So I'm seeing a lot of Wave 1 reusage. I don't know. I'm still on the fence if I'm even going to do any of these. I might pass, to be honest with you. I mean, I have enough Mythic Legions to choke a horse. Let's bring in a Mythic Legion. We'll get him out of here. All right, we'll get him out of there. And we'll bring him in. Got enough Mythic Legions to choke a horse, so I think I'm good with the Cosmic ones. I was going to get Slog and try to get, what was it, Zerai? Zerai, I think that's her name. I don't know. And one of the science officers, but I don't know. I might just pass on them. They don't really fit in with the Mythic Legions. I mean, I guess you could wage war between the Cosmic and the Mythic Legions, but I don't know. Another project that is coming to an end in about, I believe it's like 2 days. Let me double check. Yep, 2 days. The Futuristic Combat Soldiers, and I brought them up before. Strident's made a video about him, actually showing the articulation of the figure. He's got a sample. He's part of that project. So if you guys want to support Strident and you want to support a really good action figure line that's coming out, you can join that up on Kickstarter if you want to. That is ending, like I said, in 2 days. They've already reached their goal, so they're guaranteed to be made. Yeah, so be sure to get those orders in if you want to. It's definitely a good line. I got my order in, so I'm good to go with that. Pretty pleased with the overall product and direction they're going in with that line. I will address the elephant in the room. Don't worry. Renegade, how you doing, Renegade Biker 24? You're doing okay. I tried my hand at repainting, and you see in one of my videos I restored a vintage one Storm Shadow. Nice. Good job, bud. I'll have to check that out. See how you did. Yeah, so Gideon Heaven's brand over there in the corner, top left corner. I'm doing pretty well, Woodman. You know, just enjoying my day off, as most of you probably are. Okay, so that's Futuristic Combat Soldiers, and that is on Kickstarter only. You can pre-order them from Big Bad Toy Store, but they are a lot more expensive on Big Bad Toy Store. And that has nothing to do with Futuristic Combat Soldiers. The toy line, that is all on Big Bad Toy Store for pricing them the way they are. They've already purchased the figures via the Kickstarter, and now they're selling them for their own markup. So that's entirely on Big Bad Toy Store for marking them up. Same thing they do with Mythic Legions. They mark them up too. Regular figures are like usually they were 30, now they're 37. They're probably going to mark them up to like 50 or 55. That's just what they do with specialty items. They just always mark them up like crazy. So be sure to get those the pledges in for the Kickstarter if you want to save a couple bucks. So today was HasCon. It was either, my options were either watch HasCon or watch college football all day. So I watched college football all day because I have better things to do with my time. So I will go through some of the stuff that I thought was decent, and other stuff that I'm just going to simply pass on. And then you guys can let me know, what you guys are going to pick up or whatever you want to do, or all that fun stuff. We can discuss it as we always do. Okay, come on. My tablet's acting all funky today. The pre-orders just went live about an hour ago, I think. But, I mean, you can get pretty much everything on Big Bad Toy Store or Target.com, except for the HasLab stuff, the regular Hasbro Pulse stuff. I think that even the PulseCon exclusives are still available for pre-order right now as of the date and time of this delivery. Now I'm thinking about work. Date and time of this video. You can say that you're no professional. Me too. I mean, I've tried to custom paint stuff all the time, and I am not a professional either. I feel like these Pulse Cons and these DC fandoms and all this just nonsense that they do to just stretch out the day where they could just release an email with releases and photos of these figures and reveals and trailers. I get it that they're in it for the views on YouTube, and maybe they're making decent money on YouTube. I don't know. I don't even think they have that many subs, enough subs to really warrant that much money being made. But I guess when you're a publicly traded company, you pinch every penny you possibly can. So, but I really would say that going over just the highlights because I waited till after it was done. I was watching a few football games, and then I was actually playing some Nintendo 64 for a little bit. Because I mean, that shit ran for a while. I even went to go check and see if it was still going, so I could rewind it and just look through the highlights and skip all the dumb bullshit that was going on. Because it went from, what was it? I think like 11 or 12 o'clock all the way to like 4. And I was like, good God, who's sitting there for 4 hours watching that garbage? So what was it? Yeah, I watched a couple football games. I played some Nintendo 64, which was fucking awesome, man. I just miss playing older games. I'm just gonna start playing older games from now on. I still have my regular Nintendo, my Atari, my PlayStation 2, 3. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. The HasCon did go on. Like I said, I watched it back on, what was it, playback or whatever the fuck, recorded. And I just fast forwarded through the garbage, the nonsense. Like, what was it? I think there's just like large chunks of people just bantering back and forth with each other. I'm just like, oh God, don't care, skip, just pass through this. So it ended about 2 hours ago. I want to say about 2.5 hours ago. 2.5 hours ago. I can't talk today. My God. And I don't know. Some of the reveals, I'm just like, bleh. Maybe they're saving a lot for Toy Fair, but I don't know. Even Toy Fair last year was kind of bleh. So I don't know. I gotta get this hair off of Baron Benzo. Hate that. Get this off. I just vacuumed this room. It's crazy. I don't even have a rug in here. There's no rug. It's hardwood floor. Uh, Action figure expert, what's going on, bud? How you doing? So what was released? I'll just kind of go through some of the stuff. I'll tell you my quick thoughts. There's the Marvel Legends series Venom. Don't care. I don't know when this was announced. The Transformers stuff, I looked at for 3 seconds and then I was like, okay, moving on. Nothing has really sparked my interest from Transformers, to be honest with you, lately. I pretty much have the majority of the Transformers that I never had a chance to get through the Siege line, and so I'm good. The what was it? The Star Wars Black Series reveals were, typical Black Series stuff. It's all stuff that's probably going to be released at single card, so I skipped all of it. I didn't pre-order any of it. There's the Trapper Wolf figure, which is, a nod to, what we call it, Mandalorian, and I skipped that. And I don't collect the 3 3/4 inch figures from Star Wars. And the only thing that really lightly sparked my interest, and then I put a halt to that right away, was the Cantina Showdown with Obi-Wan, Ponda Baba, and Dr. Evazan. And I put the kibosh on that right away just because I know that they're going to release both of those characters single carded. So, and the diorama that comes with it is nothing to crap my pants over. So I just skipped it entirely. The Lightning Collection, Pudgy Pig was announced. I think $57 for him or $60 for him is a little exorbitant for that figure. I don't know essentially what you're getting for $60 with that, so I'm going to skip it. Let's see. I'm going to go through all the. Oh, come on, tablet. Jeez. It's like my tablet. If my tablet is plugged into a charger, it's like it forgets how to work. It's like, oh yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to scroll. I don't know how to type. I don't know how to do anything. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. What? There we go. All right. Power Rangers. Go to the Power Rangers. What else did they announce? Oh, the Vintage Collection Star Wars Navarro Cantina was announced. That doesn't do anything for me. Back to the Lightning Collection, they had a few reveals. They had uh, Piranha, Pirantis head. They had him. They had Lunar Wolf from Wild Force, which I'm actually surprised they're even touching Wild Force right now. Low 76 Money. What's going on? And then they had the In Space Blue, which I was like, yes. And then they announced he's coming with a glider too, which now has me wondering, are they all going to release all the gliders? Which is probably a yes. But Wild Force, yeah, I'm actually really surprised that they're going to finally do that. I don't know what they're going to do about getting the Red Ranger. Maybe they'll just release it with no alternate unmasked head. I don't know. Who knows what Hasbro do? You know, they always do Hasbro-ish shit. The Dino Charge Pink Ranger. So they're still nipping the bud on the Dino Charge, which is one of the heaviest casts. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Dino Fury Red Ranger finally. So I'll be picking that up. I'm still on the fence if I want to pick up any of the Zeo cogs. I wasn't big on Zeo, but yeah, I don't know. But they look typical. It's nice to see that we're getting two monsters. That's pretty awesome. I still don't. I mean, let me read some of the facts on Pudgy Pig. Maybe I'm just being an idiot. Because he doesn't look like anything that's that big. Like he looks maybe 7 inches tall, if that. I don't get the $60 price point for him. Let's see. 20 points of articulation, and it doesn't say his height anywhere. So at least I'm not seeing it. Let's see what we got. It doesn't say the height. Maybe it's some sort of like, oh, he comes in a, oh, that's why they're gimmicking him up. So he comes with, so Pudgy Pig comes with a plate of food, like a tray of food. It looks like almost like a garbage plate, and then he comes with a pie with a slice taken out or being taken out, a taco, or as my girlfriend would say, tato. He comes with a knife and a fork and a little energy effect and interchangeable hands. So if you don't remember Pudgy Pig, there's Pudgy Pig. That's who I'm talking about. So I don't know. I just it comes in a. I want to say I don't even think that's a real. I don't think that's a real lunchbox. So he comes in with it in this lunchbox, but I don't think it's like a true lunchbox. It looks kind of just like a gimmicked thing. Like if you're gonna make us what essentially are we paying $60 for here? Like a fake lunchbox? We might as well just giving us a real tin lunchbox then. If you're gonna do all that nonsense. So I don't know. I still might pass on this. He's not. I don't think he's a necessity. He's not even one of my favorite. I don't know, monsters. So the Mighty Morphin monsters. There's definitely a lot of skippable ones for me. So I don't know. We'll skip on that. Let me see if I can get something to prop this up. I wish I could just. I should have just done a video with images and such, and I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but I wanted to discuss this with you guys live. That's the other thing. Storepox, what's going on, buddy? We're just kind of discussing Hasbro and their bullshit. So the question is, no, they are bringing rings back. More modern 3.75 inch figures. Yeah, it looks that way. Action figure expert. It looks that way. Let me make sure this isn't tilted. It's so hard to get this camera straight the way I want it. Okay, so this is how we'll do it. I'll just kind of prop this up next to it, not bumping the camera. Hopefully I don't pull anything. There we go. Now I can actually see everything. All right, so next up, let me get back into this products. There we go. All right, so what else? What came next? I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Oh, the HasLab stuff. I'm not even going to bother talking about. I just don't care to talk about it. It's nothing that I'm interested in. None of it. Don't care one bit. I think all the HasLab stuff is just stupidly overpriced, and the whole concept is just garbage. So if that's your thing and you like HasLab and you want all the HasLab stuff, by all means, go have fun with that. But that is not what I'm going to be discussing here. I'm going to be discussing things that are actually, mass-produced and obtainable, not nonsense. So, like I said, most of Transformers stuff, I don't know, just nothing grabs me. Bulkhead, I will say, looks pretty decent from the Generation Legacy line, the Voyager version, but none of this other stuff like meh, drag strip, no, skids, pass. I don't know. None of them grab me as anything special, so I'm good. And they're still going through their Beast Wars nonsense phase, which Beast Wars, Beast Wars. Up next, what do we have here? I'm trying to go to page 2, and it keeps going. Okay, so we'll talk about Marvel Legends next, seeing as I know everyone's going to want to talk about G.I. Joe, so we'll talk about that. Oh boy, let me see if my dog's going to start acting a fool again. Hold on. Okay. So, Marvel Legends. This was very underwhelming, I thought. Some people I feel like get so caught up in like, oh, the hype and the typical hype shit. So, first thing I'll discuss, which was actually the only thing that piqued my interest from Marvel Legends was the 90s X-Men TV show releases. They announced there was going to be 2 releases. They said that the original co-creators of the 90s X-Men show were going to reveal this. And I was like, okay, we have to get Morph, right? I'm thinking we're finally going to get Morph. Here's the big reveal. And then no. In typical Hasbro fashion, they announce Wolverine and Jubilee. And I'm like, what? Why? We've already got this shit. Why? And these are just, these are niche products right here. So if they're already a niche thing, like how many people have Wolverine, Tiger Stripe Wolverine? I'm sure the majority of people have him. And I'm like, I get it's like, oh yeah, that's the bread and butter Wolverine. But like, come on. Like, we've been waiting how long for Morph and you still can't do it. And this was the one toy line where you can do it. I'm sure they will do it, and maybe they'll do it for Toy Fair, but this was your chance to come on, man. Just shit. You done fucked it up. So, no surprise, Hasbro doing typical Hasbro stuff. There was a couple other reveals, and I'm going to kind of try and rifle through this stuff because I don't know how much time I want to spend on Marvel Legends because I don't really care about Marvel Legends anymore. They've got the Captain America 2-pack, which is Falcon Cap and Captain America, Steve Rogers, and that looks okay, but yet again, in typical Hasbro fashion, they did not include the wings for Falcon Cap, which I don't. What is this obsession with not including the wings with Falcon Cap? They've already done that once with a 3-pack, and now they did it again with a 2-pack. So it's like they can't get out of their own way. It reminds me of a movie called Halloween Kills. It's a movie that can't get out of its own way, We'll get into Halloween Kills, trust me. I was actually going to upload a review that I did on it, but I was like, nah, I'll just talk about it on the live stream. Next, they're doing an update for Winter Soldier. That's a complete pass. I just don't collect movie figures. I just don't do them. It just saves me the time and the effort trying to get it. Same thing with the Falcon 2 pack. I'm a big a big Captain America collector, but I'm not collecting the movie stuff. I just don't do it. There's the their second shot at the Marvel Legends White West Coast Avengers Vision. The first one, I actually it ran across my old review of that 3-pack with, who was that? Was Ultron, Hulk, and Vision 3-pack way back in like 2015, I think. And Vision's head was like lopsided in that review that I did, and Hulk was generic as all hell. He was using the old Hulk movie body with wide jointed hips, and they were crappy. And then Ultron's leg just fell apart like during the review. I just, I just. So this is their second shot at doing the same character. I don't know how much better it's going to be. I would. I don't really care to even have this version of him. I have the classic green and yellow version, so I'm good. But they did announce that. If you're interested, he'll come on the vintage card back. And I'll also go through if anything is sold out. A lot is sold out already, which is complete trash on Hasbro's part. I don't know how a pre-order sells out on your fucking own website for a $1 billion company. But anyway, what does look actually pretty cool is the Nerf Needler. I don't know why, but it just looks really good. They did a really good job on that. That does look really good. And that's for the Halo stuff. But we don't discuss Nerf here. We're not a Nerf channel. Next up was the Marvel Legends series Iron Man. And this is Marvel Legends Series 1 Iron Man. That's how they have it titled. You know what? And I'll just do this so we can just see what the hell I'm talking about here. Let me skedaddle him over here. And we'll scoot this up. We're going to do some jerry-rigged shit in about 2 seconds. Here. Hold on. Uno momento, por favor. Gee whiz. All right, let's do some nonsense here. That's just not going to work there. That's just not going to work there. And there goes Baron Benz. All right, fun times. Fun times at Ridgemont High. Okay, I'll see if I can conjure up something else to use. Conjuring. I'm not seeing anything, so I'll just hold it up. Screw it. All right, so we've got this. This is what I'm talking about, so you guys aren't just looking at nothing. I don't know. I already have the 80th anniversary version, so I don't really need this. This Captain America, I've kind of discussed my thoughts on this Captain America. He looks good. Don't get me wrong. It's probably one of the best Captain America face sculpts as far as like a comic book version goes. The chainmail does look really good on his chest, and the sculpt, it reminds me of like a updated face-off Cap. I know it's supposed to be more of that Series 1 Toy Biz Marvel Legends, but really it does remind me more of a face-off Cap. He looks good. $31. What am I paying $31 for? I don't. Just please tell me. Am I paying for packaging? Because if that's the case, put him in just a brown box with a little window so I could see the sculpt of the face, and call it a day. I don't need all this nonsense with a backdrop and a friggin' display stand. Get that crap out of here. Get that garbage out of here. I'm not paying $31 for that. I'll just wait for a sale. So I'm good on that. And he's also sold out, by the way. Yep. He's already sold out. And this is going to be a regular release figure. So don't worry. Everything on Hasbro Pulse sells out. And It's not sold out anywhere else. So you can go to Big Bad Toy Store, you can go to Dorkside, you can go to any other place you wish to pick them up. So next up, what else do we have? Oh, this re-released nonsense. Why that's a priority, I don't know. We've already gotten her released now, what? 2014 or 15 she was released, and then in the Family Matters pack, which was this. This has a little bit more of a duller paint deco than the other one. It's kind of shiny from the Family Matters 3-pack. But if you already have the Family Matters 3-pack, you can completely skip this. I don't think there's a high demand for the original, so I would just skip it. I think that might have been it. Like I said, it was very underwhelming, the Marvel Legends releases. There's a couple other characters that, what was it? That one Spider-Man character that come with a sword or something. I don't know who the hell that is. I have no idea. Doesn't spark my interest one bit, so I'm skipping it entirely. Don't care. Fortnite stuff, don't care. Let's see here. What else do we... Okay, so G.I. Joe stuff. I'm sure everyone's clamoring for this shit. No thank you. I'm just going to say no thank you to that nonsense. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want this. But no thanks. I don't need a O-ringed figure. I don't even know if it's truly O-ringed, maybe. Let's just check, because little. Original O-ring design for high posability. Now, is there an actual O-ring in there? That is the question, because I did not listen to the whole panel, because half the time they're talking about nonsense. I don't know if there's actually going to be an O-ring in there. If they were smart, they would not put an O-ring in there. That would be the smart thing to do. And there's Snake Eyes. Also, they're releasing him as well. So I think it's like a 2-pack that it comes in, and it's $40. $40. Ooh. Holy Moses. They mentioned one being made of silicone. Okay. I just $40. Eek. Oh. Whoa. And they're 3 3/4 inch figures. Like, what the hell are you paying all that money for? Yikes. I mean, yikes. I'm good. Moving on. I'm going to skip that for now. Don't worry, I'm going to come back to it. Let's discuss this nonsense. It's already sold out. It was available, I think, about 20 minutes ago, and now it's sold out. They said it's very limited quantities and blah, 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 blah. I already have Zartan, and I don't need one that turns blue. So I'm good. The O-ring is silicone, and the thumbs are rubber and will not break. Oh, that's good. Oh, welcome to 2021. That stuff should change. If they made hard plastic thumbs that snap and crotches that break in 2021, and for a figure that's going to cost you $20 essentially if you split up the pair, I would hope that they made those improvements. Tim Costa, what's going on? But this, I'm good. I am absolutely good. Don't need this at all. And it's sold out, by the way. So I'm sure secondary markets will be $136. I'll put a 1 in front of that, 36, and then, dumbasses across the world will buy it up. Oh, it's only $136. That's how people do nowadays. All right, I'm going to discuss my least favorite stuff first from this. Over here, we have this. Yuck. Yuck. I never liked Python Patrol, and I never, ever, ever, ever liked Tiger Force. Ever. Like, ever in the history of ever. Have I ever liked Tiger Force? Um, I don't even like the concept of it, to be honest with you. I just, oh no. No, no, no. I do want to discuss what was mentioned in the panel because I caught this and it was blind luck that I even caught it. Someone brought up a character that I would say it was top one or two characters that I wanted to see from this line that I would actually collect. But we'll discuss that in a second. Anyway, we're discussing this repaint, which is all this is a repaint of the Viper, and this is just in Python Patrol colors. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that too. These are Target exclusives, all of the Python Patrol stuff. So and the blah, 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 sorry, what we call it? What's wrong with me? Tiger Force stuff. So over here we have the Cobra Bat and Tiger Force stuff. I'm not Tiger Force. Sorry, Python Patrol. I don't know why this is a priority. I don't know why they're even dipping into Python Patrol and Tiger Force this early into the toy line. You're 2 years into your toy line and you're doing Python Patrol and Tiger Force. That's usually what you do when the toy line's got nothing else left to do. So, I don't know who's over there making those decisions, but maybe putting the cart before the horse there a little bit. Just focus on the characters that are probably a little bit more key than getting us Python Patrol and Tiger Force. Like, we still don't have Hawk. We still don't have Stalker. These are key players that we probably need over a repainted Cobra Bat and a repainted Viper. I'm just saying. Still waiting on those. Anyway, moving on to the last culprit is... Now, this really pissed me off. I'm not going to lie. This really just like annoyed the shit out of me. This was one of the few characters I told myself I would actually get if they made. And, of course, they just had to do this, didn't they? They had to do the damn Tiger Force version. They couldn't just give you the regular version that everyone wants. And you know everyone's going to buys this is going to just, paint that white and put survival on there. That's what they're all going to do and repaint the head. But I don't know. Obviously, they'll probably re-release the same figure, different paint deco. So this is a pass for me. It's a very easy pass. And as you can see, it's sold out. This is also a Target exclusive. I think it's still up for pre-order. I checked before I did this video, so who the hell knows? I guess I could check really quick. I don't even think I have I do have the Target app. Let's give it a go. Let's see what we got here. Target app, don't you take a crap. Let's see. And by the way, I looked these two up before. They're both available. There's still one of each left. So if anybody doesn't have Firefly or Beachhead, go ahead and grab them. They are available. Let's see what we got here. I'm pretty sure that they're still up for pre-order. Barbecue. The one-man barbecue is still available for pre-order also. I don't think anybody really is that interested in barbecue, but I just thought I'd bring it up. Why not? All right, and if I sound stuffy, I've just been having a daylights of a time trying to hammer this allergies. So they are up. They're still up. Let me see if Mr. Selkirk is still up over here. Let's see what we got. Yep, he's still up. So it says ships by release date. So we don't even have a release date on these, but you can pre-order them. Cross your fingers that they don't, Target doesn't cancel your pre-orders because they love doing that shit to people. But going back to here. Yes. So, yeah, this just kind of annoyed the shit out of me that we're getting that version of Outback before the regular version. Where is it? Yes, that. All right, so moving on. Now, they also did announce a regular version of the bats, which I'm going to skip to because I swear to God, it's like they can't get, they're just stuck on stupid. The Cobra bats never evolve out of anything but that other than this design. So, I'll skip it. Storm Shadow. He's sold out, by the way, also. Pretty much everything is like sold out at that point. I don't know why anybody even bothers with Hasbro Pulse ordering from them. Everything just sells out and within a 5 to 15 minutes time span. But you can pre-order them all on Big Bad Toy Store, so, or Dorkside Toys, wherever. He looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give the devil his due. He looks nice. Is that an actual? No, they didn't do that, did they? They didn't actually put a. Is that a real string in there? No, that would not be a Hasbro move. No, that's not. Okay, never mind. Why would I even think that? Stupid me. This looks like an upscaled version of the Ultimate Storm Shadow. It really does. That's all it looks like. Even the quiver on his back looks exactly the same. If I can get a better shot of that. There we go. This quiver looks exactly the same as the Ultimates or the Retaliation quiver. It just looks upscaled. So, I don't know. If I find him in store, maybe I'll pick him up, but I'm gonna pass for now. Over to Croc Master. This is interesting. I don't know necessarily how I feel about this figure. Obviously, we knew it was going to be a deluxe figure if they were going to even come out with him. I'm actually kind of surprised that we got him this early. I would think that he would have been a little bit lower on the list, like mid-tier. He's kind of like a mid-tier release. We still haven't gotten a Mindbender. We haven't gotten a Serpentor. We haven't gotten a lot of other characters that probably we should have got first before him. So, a little odd that he's here, but he does look good. I mean, he looks like another upscaled Pursuit of Cobra figure. That's exactly what he looks like. I don't know. I mean, the sculpt on him looks good. The Croc on here actually does have an articulated tail, which has a bendy wire in it, and the mouth can move and the legs can move. And you can fit both babies in the Croc's mouth. So, I mean, that's cool, and the face sculpt looks great and all that, but, I don't know. This might be one that I actually do get. I think it does make sense. I kind of wish it was more priced at $35 over $40, or actually $42, excuse me. But there's always sales, man. I'm just gonna wait for these sales to come to me. So those are those two, and I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything here. I don't think I am. Oh wait, there's Spirit. Now, this reveal really annoyed the shit out of me because not the figure itself, but just the reveal. They had Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas just babbling about nonsense for the whole time. And he's like, oh, I'll only tell you about my story as a kid. It's the same story I've had and the same story that no one gives a shit about. Just release the damn figure. Just show the damn figure. I swear to God, these nonsensical reveals with celebrities that I don't care about are completely unnecessary. Nobody gives a shit about their story. I just want to see the damn figure. Okay? I don't care how many years you've been collecting. I don't care what you did as a kid to play with your toys. I don't care. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to just see the damn figure reveal. So could we please move on? Anyway, okay, enough of that. Now he's sold out too. So, my God. I want to say he is probably the best looking out of all of them. I do wish that they kind of would have went more of with a Pursuit of Cobra look over a traditional look. I mean, he does look a little updated, and they stopped giving him the finally, thank God, they stopped giving him the spear gun, which is good. Spirit's top five, I want to say, characters of all time. Not top five all time, but top five GI Joes all time. And I love me some Spirit. I'm still holding out hope that we'll get Airborne sometime soon, seeing as he was an earlier release figure in '83. Hopefully, we get him sometime soon. That would be fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's for the price. I mean, you're getting what you should. You're getting a good, solid release here. I think this is a very good, solid release. You're getting freedom with him. He comes with interchangeable wings that are articulated. He can perch on the backpack and on his forearm. So there's pegs for the forearm and there's pegs on his feet. The knife is sheathed. The gun can be holstered. He can obviously two-hand his rifle. The backpack fits in nicely. And the other knife can be sheathed as well. So everything with him makes sense. I just kind of wish they kind of would get away a little bit more from the traditional look and go more Pursuit of Cobra that makes sense for modern day. So I would say that I'm definitely probably going to pick him up because he does look really good. I think the face sculpt is fantastic. Hopefully, in the future, we'll get a different version of him. But I like the sniper rifle. I think it makes sense for him, his character. He's, tracker. Makes perfect sense. So, I don't know. It looks good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He does look really, really good. So I'm pretty pleased with that. There is a better look at Freedom. He's got the closed wings here, and then he's got the open wings there. He will not actually grab that. That's just set up. They kind of have it propped between both pegs and the feet. So there's that. But, yeah, I don't know. I like him. So that's a thumbs up for me. Definitely, it looks like a thumbs up pickup. But yeah, you can pre-order all these on Big Bad Toy Store. You don't have to worry about this. He's a regular release. He's not going to be an exclusive. You'll be able to get him regularly. Now on the Big Bad Toy Store, and I'll show you over here on the Big Bad Toy Store website. Oops, I don't know why it's going to that page. It says, let's just see what we got here. If you go over here, which all the pre-orders are here, so don't worry if it's sold out over there. You can get it right here. It's no big deal. Over here, it says $71, and it says set of 3. So if you go over here, click on that, it says image coming soon. So over here, it says secret figure. That's a little odd. Not really sure why they didn't just announce that. Maybe they're waiting for Toy Fair to announce that. I don't know. What do you guys think the third one will be, if there will be a third one? Big Bad Toy Store has a 3-pack with a mystery figure. Could be original Outback, regular Bat. Yeah, oh yeah, that could be the Bat. That's probably what it is. It's probably the traditional looking Bat. Yep, that's a good guess. Because the Bat's not up for pre-order, and they said it wasn't going to be up for pre-order either. So that would make sense, I guess. They've already revealed it. Only the Python Patrol bat is up for pre-order. Stalker would be better. Would be a better choice than putting the bat in there. Absolutely. Or Hawk. If I wish we could have got. I think that might be one of the best waves if they do that. It probably the best wave. They did Stalker, Spirit, and Storm Shadow. I think that makes a lot of sense right there. But I gotta say, both of these do look good. They're good looking figures. I don't know. I'm still on the fence with Storm Shadow though. I'm like, eh. But Spirit is, I think he's a must get for me. And I don't really buy any toys from this line, to be honest with you. But some of the release, I want to say G.I. Joe probably had some of the better reveals. You know, Marvel Legends is Marvel Legends, and it's kind of, you know. A couple other things. There's a couple, the redecos, if anybody wants the redecos. Those are available. Right, meow. All this stuff is in stock, too. Look at all this shit. Remember when all this shit was sold out all the time? Now it's all in stock. That's what I'm saying. What was it? I picked up Beachhead finally because he was on sale at Target for $15.99. Where is he? Where is that dipshit? Oops. Let that go. So, you guys know me. I love me some Beachhead. He's top 5 G.I. Joe characters for me. If you know that. You know, number 1 is always going to be Dusty. And obviously, the day that they release Dusty, I will acquire it. But then, you know, Beachhead is not that far off. He is definitely in top 5 with Spirit and Hawk and Duke, and he's up there. But yeah, I got it $15.99 at the store. He was just chilling on the peg, no big deal. People were selling this guy for like $100 at one point. I was like, whoa, holy Moses. Stop the press, as the Joker would say. And I mean, I don't really see the hype for $100, or the hype that he was, you know, for so long. But I don't know. He's a nice looking figure. I don't like all this green crap, but you know, I had to give him a proper vector. Thank you, Valaverse, for that. But I think that's pretty much it as far as the reveals go. I don't think there's really anything else as far as Hasbro goes. Like I said, I'm not going to be discussing the HasLab stuff. But definitely, cheap plug number 2. Go take your ass to Kickstarter right now. There's Kickstarter right here. Boop, boop. And take your ass over to Futuristic Combat Soldiers. If you have no idea what this is, there are 2 days left to go. They've already met their goal. If you want to support Strident, you want to support Futuristic Combat Soldiers, you can. It's already been funded. These are the characters, if you want to go through. There's the Ranger. He looks pretty awesome. Kind of like a Halo-esque figure. But be sure to go over to Strident's channel if you guys want to check out the articulation of the figures, the size of the figure and everything. You can go check that out if you want to. But, yep. There's some of the figures. Here is the Hercules, which was unlocked, which is pretty awesome. Uno momento, por favor, everybody. Got to handle business for a second. Okay, I am back. Sorry, had to handle some business. All right, so back to this. Let me back up a little bit. Probably gonna knock a bunch of figures over, but well worth it. Hercules was unlocked, and I'm pretty sure this is just like like a weapons pack, but that's pretty awesome that that was unlocked. Or it's no wait. Oh, it unlocks at 150. I'm sorry. So it's not unlocked yet. I apologize. Disregard what I just said, but it can be unlocked. Sorry. Looks pretty cool though. Back up a little bit. I like the helmet. Helmet looks pretty awesome. The Spartan is a part of the Spartan is a part of the regular wave. Like I said, these are all supposed to be kind of like your typical your traditional looks for each type of character's theme, but more of a futuristic feel to them. So the Spartan comes with like a gun and everything, and like a almost like a photon shield. But yeah, they look good. Very Leonidas looking, and they do come with cloth capes. And I think they have a bendy wire in them. They look like they have a bendy wire in them. The Plains Warrior, more of your, I guess, Zulu-esque looking character. Looks pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Hey, Andy, what's going on, bud? What is going on? And the cowboy, my favorite. Yeah, he looks fantastic. I love it. That is a shirt underneath him. He is not of the nude variety underneath that chest gear there. It kind of looks the shirt does kind of blend in some of these photos. It makes it look like it's skin tone, but you can definitely see the cuffs rolled up on the sleeve there. And these are all prototype images. That's not how the figure is actually going to look. There's not, the gapping issues will all be fixed and all that stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. And he comes with a cloth cape as well. He is definitely my favorite. I can't wait to get him. Yeah, looks great. And then the samurai. Alternate head. And you could mix these guys in with your regular 6-inch figures too. There's the Ranger. Pretty much just all black there. Stealth suit. So, some good shit here. This is some good stuff. But there's 2 days left. Be sure to check it out. Yeah. Digging it. Digging it. Volume 1. Look at him blasting a hole in that dude's head. Holy Moses. But yeah, there you go. Just wanted to give a cheap plug where I could to help out some good people with a project. Like I said, they did meet their goal, which is great. I'm so happy for them. And yeah, so what do you guys think? What are your favorite reveals of the day? What are you going to get? What are you going to do? What do you think? Shipwreck. Oh, God, Shipwreck. Come on, Woodman. Why is everybody like Shipwreck? I don't get it. I just don't get the allure behind Shipwreck. Let's see. Who can we get? Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with, I gotta say, Marvel Legends, the Transformer stuff, not impressed, and what else? The Fortnite stuff, I don't. I'll tell you this: my girlfriend's son's really upset about the Fortnite stuff. He's like, "Man, I got all these Jazzwares figures. I'm not collecting. I don't want to collect any more of those the Hasbro ones now that they got the license." And yeah, he was upset. I mean, I was upset too because it's like, you know, I was kind of helping them collect the line, and like it sounds like, what's the point? Carefree attitude, okay. Alpine would be oh yeah, Alpine would be a solid release. They gotta do Alpine right though, you know, because they could really screw up Alpine easily. I feel like. Oh, so that's what I wanted to talk about. But feel free to definitely chime in with your thoughts on all the HasCon stuff or what you're excited about. You're excited about Storm Shadow Spirit and Croc Master. Yeah, I got to say that like I said, I'll give the devil his due. Those do look good. Spirit, I think, is top tier, especially for the price point. What you're getting, I think, is correct. That's what every release should be giving you, that amount of plastic in the package. I think, like I said earlier, and I'm going to reiterate this as many times as I possibly can, and it does make sense. Companies and even consumers need to stop focusing on the packaging and the gaga and focus on what you're actually getting when you take the figure out of the package. I feel like so much money gets wasted on packaging and bullshit gaga, and you're not actually focused. If you get the figure out of the package and it's just like one or two accessories, like that's unacceptable on a lot of levels. Because essentially you're paying the same amount, you're paying more, but getting less, or getting just the same that you were getting before. And that's just completely unacceptable. I got to bring in somebody else here. We'll get Ben's out of here. Bring in. It's Halloween. You know, it's basically Halloween coming up soon. So, but yeah, it'd be nice if like people started waking up a little bit and seeing taking off their rose-colored glasses, and focusing more on what you're actually getting. That would be nice. But yeah, guys, you said Spirit, Storm Shadow, and the V1 Bat. Okay. Spirit, I think, yeah, I definitely agree. Still no yellow to complete my Go Buster Beast Morphers team, though. Yeah, what the hell's up with that? Why the hell are they waiting so long on that one? I mean, even Go Busters Season 1 was going on when they released the first red and blue. I don't know what's going on with why they can't release yellow. I don't know what's going on with that. It's just odd to me. The show's over now. And they're already on to the, you know, Dino Fury. I really like the O-Ring as Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Yeah, I don't know. It's not my. Eh. $40 is a lot of money for two 3 3/4 inch O-ring figures. I don't know, man. That's like, what are you paying for there? What are you getting? You're getting the same. You're getting a sword, a backpack. What else do you get? Let me see. Let me just not sound like an asshole and just check, so I don't sound like an idiot. You are getting. I will tell you what you're getting. You are getting. You're getting a backpack, quiver, 2 swords with Storm Shadow, and nunchucks. Okay. And with Snake Eyes, you're getting less because you're getting V1 Snake Eyes. So you're getting a backpack detonator box, whatever that is. Backpack or purse detonator situation, and an Uzi for $20. What are we paying for here? Packaging again? I don't know. I don't get it. I'm not. It sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me. And the Uzi and the sword that comes. I'm sorry, he comes with a sword too, or I'm confused here because in package it doesn't show a sword. It just shows his satchel and an Uzi, but the prototype images show a silver sword and a backpack and an Uzi with a silencer on it. So now I'm confused. So that's the promo photo. Here is the in-package photo. What we got going on here, Hasbro? Is that? Or is that? It's $40 for the set. I just don't. Please, by all means, this. I'm just speaking logic and reasoning here. What essentially are you paying $40 for? Because when you take all the packaging away and you take all the card away, you're getting what? Two, 3 3/4 inch figures that are very basic. Saving plastic by putting them in paper bags inside the box. You're paying for Hasbro's tooling costs. Yeah. Gee, thanks. It's bothering me. She's not looking at the camera. It's pissing me off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the allure. It just seems like a nonsensical purchase. Like I get maybe if you don't have the OGs, maybe you want to pick those up to fill the void, but I don't. No. I'm a diehard Joe guy, on the fence with those. I'm lucky to have multiple originals. Yeah, I mean you are lucky. I don't know. You guys know I love GI Joe, but I don't love GI Joe like that. Where I'm getting paying $40 for a brand new figure tooled in the same tooling mold that the original was with a fucking O-ring in it. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. Not me. Not now. Not ever. But I will say this: Spirit is a good, solid looking figure. That I will say. Where did I get the Krig 13? I actually got it off of the Mezco 112 Collective Collectors Facebook page. There's a lot of really cool people on there. People selling figures for solid prices and even doing solid trades. I've done a couple trades now, and I've actually made a couple purchases from that page, and most of the people on there are very solid, reputable people. I definitely would ask for references, even though you have a good feeling about somebody. You never know. I did run into one guy that was like, "Oh yeah, send it friends and family," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's not happening, buddy. Sorry, no, I'll go elsewhere." So if a deal sounds too good, ask for references. Even if the guy says, "Oh, you can trust me," no, ask for references on the page, and people will answer and give you references. So, but yeah, I've had some better luck because if you go on eBay, I don't know why anybody shops on eBay anymore. It's a dead market to me. I don't even look at eBay anymore. I probably have not made a purchase. I'm trying to think when was the last time I made a purchase off eBay. I can't remember. It's been a hot minute. I just don't mess with eBay because there's the tax and the shipping. On top of that, even if you're paying free shipping, then the taxes on it, it's like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's just a dead market, and everybody upcharges like crazy on eBay. It's a dead market, man. Facebook Market is getting a lot better, especially with the protection plans that they have now. So you can buy something on there; it's protected, guaranteed for you to get what you paid for. It's not like someone will just gobble up your money. Just don't ever send anybody money, good friends and family. Always goods and services. Always and always and always and always. So you can have a chance to get your money back. But yeah, that's pretty much where I got him. Yeah, join up, bud. Oh, you tried to join? Yeah, I think they took like a day to accept me. So, well, it's a good solid group of people. I think it's run by a fellow YouTuber, BatBomb82. I think he runs it. He's like an admin or a mod on it or something. I don't know, but I don't know. Everybody on there is pretty respectful, pretty cool. So, yeah, absolutely. Glad I could help, Woodman. 2 Uzis and a sword for the 3 3/4 inch ones. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Though I can't. At this in 2021, why I just don't understand why anyone would want an O-ring figure. Why? Maybe if you're only an O-ring person, you want O-ring figures re-released, but then why? Wouldn't you want like I would think if I was an O-ring collector only and I had all the originals and all that stuff, I wouldn't want a retread. I would want like if they did like updated versions of Snake Eyes, like Pursuit of Cobra. Okay, so like they did the modern GI Joes, right? They did the 25th anniversary, which was a harken back to the OGs, right? They did all of the OG looks and all of that stuff. They tried their hardest. Obviously, back in 2007, technology was not what it is now with tooling and articulation and logic. But by Pursuit of Cobra, you got updates for those. If I was an O-ring collector, what would make sense to me is to not have to go purchase the same goddamn thing over again, right? It would be to update that design, not just get the same design again. It's like, how much of the same thing do we need to get over and over and over of? I feel like it's like you're not even beating the dead horse, that you're beating the puddle of goop that's left from you continuously beating the dead horse. So I would think like if you wanted to purchase something, get like if they did like updated Pursuit of Cobra-esque versions for the O-rings. So Snake Eyes would look more like a modern Snake Eyes, but in O-ring fashion. I would understand O-ring collectors wanting to get that. I would get that. That makes logical sense. There's a progression in the stylization. But just getting the same thing over again, I just don't get it unless you just don't have it. Like, I get the V1s, a lot of people don't have those, and those go for a crazy amount of money. That makes sense on that front, but how many of those people exist? You know? Most G.I. Joe collectors are people my age or older, you know, that are collecting O-ringers that care. The majority of people. And the majority of people probably already have them, or at least some version of them. So I think it's a very niche thing to release, and then at that price point, it's even more niche now. I don't know. You're one of the O-ringers. Yes, you are one of the ringers. Don't do it, Zorpox. Don't do it. But at that price, hell no. There you go. Does that mean you're not interested in the new HasLab project? Absolutely not. I already said this about HasLab. When HasLab started, I said I want nothing to do with any product from HasLab, period. And I said that when they launched it. I said I will not, if this is my logic, okay? If you don't have enough confidence in your product to mass produce it, then don't produce it at all. Period. I don't want to hear the nonsense of, oh, well, if they don't do it that way, we'll never get it. That's a bunch of hogwash. If they want to do it, they can do it. They know that they're going to get money, but a $1 billion corporation asking for money up front is unacceptable on so many different levels. I can't even tell you. They have the money, they have the resources to produce this. They own their own factories, guys. Like that's a major thing you guys need to understand. They own their own factories. They can produce whatever they want whenever they want. They don't need your money, but they're asking for your money up front. And that should not happen with a publicly traded company. It just shouldn't. This is just logic and sense. So just don't fall into that trap. Like, just don't feed into that. It's just not worth it. It's really not. Like, and the thing that you're getting is going to get upcharged through the roof anyway. So I mean, like, if you're purchasing the thing, right? So let's say, okay, look at it this way: the Sentinel. People bought all those Sentinels, and the fucking legs don't work, and Hasbro's taken no accountability for it. None. I think they made a statement. I don't even think they've come out with a statement yet. And if they have, then I apologize. I'm misinformed. But I'm pretty sure I have not heard one peep from Hasbro. And I follow them on Twitter. And they have not made a peep about anything. They did not bring it up during HasCon. They did not bring it up during, what was it, back in, what was that? Was that like HasCon or whatever? There was a bunch of like figure releases back in like August. They didn't talk about it then when they were launching Galactus. And Galactus is probably going to have knee problems too because they're not ratcheted either, by the way. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. So I will not ever support that crap. I will not buy any of that crap. And yeah, no, I'm good. I have the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Galactus. I'm good. He's chilling right up there. Look. Hi. Hello. Chilling like Matt Dillon on penicillin. He's hanging out. That's good enough for me. I don't need all that nonsense. I got a Sentinel down here. Look. He's right there. He's chilling. He's good. I got one. That's enough. I don't need all that. Especially one that doesn't work. And paying the exorbitant amount of prices that you're paying for these figures the price going into the figure is not worth the price that you're paying. So I don't support it at all. I think it's a bad business practice on Hasbro's part. I think it's the wrong business practice. I think it's unethical. And I think that type of platform is for small businesses. Like Mythic Legions. The Four Horsemen are not a big company. Okay? They've not been around as long as Hasbro. They work for Hasbro and Mattel and stuff like that. They get employed by them. They're a smaller company. They just started their toy line within the last 5 to 6 years. So that's not comparable. Marauders is a teeny weeny company. They're not comparable. The Kickstarter platform is meant for companies like them. That's why they use those platforms. $5 billion company does not need a Kickstarter platform. $5 billion. I feel like I'm saying this a lot, like being repetitive. So no, I am not interested in any of that silliness. If it's on the shelf, then maybe. And if it's for the right price, maybe. I also do not have liquid funds. So I don't have $500 to be spending on a Sentinel. Or $400, whatever it was, to be spending on one Sentinel with knee problems. Can't stand. Can't do the most basic function that an action figure is supposed to do, which is just to stand. But I digress because I've been babbling about that enough. Fingers crossed for O-Ring version 1 Duke with reinforced crotch. But yeah, sorry. I don't mean, I'm not trying to sound pessimistic, and I'm not trying to sound like some sort of know-it-all, but I know what I know, and I know what I see, and I'm a very observant person. I like to think I'm a very logical thinking person, and when I see something that looks illogical, I point it out. And I've been doing this since I've started my channel. I've been very honest with you all. And, I don't want to see any of you steered in the wrong direction. So, I don't know. A lot of disingenuine people out there with a lot of disingenuine opinions and especially disingenuine reviewers out there. So, I'm just, trying to steer you guys the right way. $500, good Lord, that's a lot of money. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Yeah, no, no, just no, no. And I'm sure, like, whatever, I'm sure those projects for HasLab, they'll probably get funded because people are gluttons for punishment with their wallets, and they don't care. They got to have the thing when they see the thing because it's 2021 and it's the now thing to do, and it's instantaneous gratification. So you have to go after the thing and get the thing because it's hype. And Hasbro just, they constantly sell you hype. If you look at Hasbro Pulse, all it is hype. Today's whole thing was hype. Instead of taking an hour to just show the figures that were revealed or take photos and put them on their website, they had to spend 4 hours of nonsense to show you probably an hour's worth, if that, of just toys being revealed. Or just waiting until Toy Fair to reveal all this. Toy Fair's not even that far away. It's in February. Beginning of February. I think it's like the first or second week of February. They couldn't wait like 4 months. We have to do HasCon. Why? I was raking leaves instead. Yeah, I was watching football. But I'll segue into my next thing, which was, did anybody here see Halloween Kills? I mean, it's Halloween time, so it makes sense to talk about this. And I love horror. So I'd like to give you guys my thoughts on it. Let me just bring in the man. Let me get him out of here. Oh, actually, he's the monster hunter, so we'll leave him in there. We'll leave him in here, and we'll get Palmer out of here. Palmer's got to go on the Halo shelf anyway. I got to do her review, actually. Didn't watch it. Was it good? Oh, I'll tell you. I will tell you, Tim. Let me bring in the man himself here. There we go. Bring in Mr. Michael. Monsieur Michael. We'll move him. You know what we'll do? We'll get him over here. Skadoodle. All right. Halloweeny. Back off my lighting a little bit. It's a bit much right now. Palmer fell over. I'm sorry, Palmieri. Mrs. Palmieri. Excuse me, Mrs. Palmieri. All right. I really got to back off this lighting. You know what? We'll do some funky shit. We'll get some. We'll lighten. We'll darken the mood. All right. You ready? Get this mood right while we discuss. Oh my God! I think I'm gonna go blind. I don't even think I can hum that because of YouTube. I'll get copyright stricken. There we go. Oh yeah. We got the red lights going on, baby. That's right, baby. We got the red light district. All right, we'll bring in Mr. Michael here. It's Michael time. Can't make it scary with Sir Gideon. Okay, all right. I'll take Sir Gideon out. He's too royal anyway. And then we'll get Craig out of there. Come on, Craig. Craig, stop falling over, Palmer. You're starting to... Jeez. All she does is fall over. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my fingers? My buttery fingers. We'll move him out of the way, too. Okay, we'll give Michael the spotlight. It's his turn. We'll get you out of here, too. All right. There we go. Mr. Michael. Monsieur Michael Myers. All right. So we got a red light district going on here. Okay. So, Campfire Tales from ODC. All right. So, Halloween Kills takes place the same night as Halloween. And no, not the 1978 Halloween, but 2018 Halloween. So, can I just say this? What is up? What in the hell is up with people that make movies nowadays that can't just give it some other name? Like, we got Halloween Kills, thank God, so you can differentiate from Halloween and then the original Halloween. Instead of us having to be annoyed with having to say the original Halloween or the 1978 Halloween, why can't we just give that another name and not just call it Halloween? Or they'll put the in front of it. Like, we had Suicide Squad and then we had the Suicide Squad. It's like, can't you just name it Suicide Squad 2 or 3 or 4? You can't just do Halloween Continues or Halloween Revenge of Halloween. I don't know. Something other than just Halloween. Anyway, my point is Halloween Returns. Something. Halloween Revisited. But anyway, Halloween Kills. So, talking about this. I had very low expectations going into seeing this film. And mostly because Halloween hasn't scared me since Halloween 2. Since I saw Halloween 2 for the first time when I was a child. None of the other Halloween scared me. To be honest with you. I don't know. Halloween's kind of turned into this like pop culture thing. It's turned into like a thing instead of just a quick little story about a creepy guy with a mask on that goes around stabbing people. For what reason, we don't know. And that's what made it creepy. That and his mannerisms. Um, it's it's mostly lost its luster, and it lost its luster pretty much after Halloween 2. To me, Michael Myers isn't Jason Voorhees. He's never been seen that way. He's kind of, to me, I've always seen Michael Myers as a one off or a two off movie at best. Halloween 1, Halloween 2, that's it. Okay? We got, what, 7 Halloweens before the newer ones? And then we got 2, the Rob Zombie. Oh, I won't even go into those. Because that's a whole nother story for a whole nother. I could spend 2 hours talking about that whole situation. So we're just going to not talk about that. What we're going to talk about is the newer ones. So we got, what, 7, including H2O, I believe. And then we got the newer ones in 2018 and then Halloween Kills. So Halloween Kills itself takes place right after 2018's Halloween, which is a continuation of the 1978 Halloween, which was the original. They have retconned all of everything after the original Halloween. So everything from Halloween, the original, so Halloween 2 doesn't exist, all the way through H2O, all that, none of that exists. Resurrection's gone. So maybe there was 8 movies before. I forgot about Resurrection. I always forget about the Busta Rhymes one. Bus. But I don't know. Like I said, I saw the trailer. My girlfriend and I both saw the trailer. I was like, oh, Halloween Kills trailer's going to play. And I normally don't even watch trailers. But I was like, you know what? It's low-hanging fruit at this point. I didn't like the 2018 Halloween. And I was like, well, it can't get much worse than that. So let's just look at look at this one. And I was like, I didn't even have to say anything. My girlfriend was just like, well, I just feel like I just saw the whole movie. I don't need to watch that. Until we watched it last week, and because there's really nothing else on. And at this stage, we're both big movie watchers. We just, at this stage, we feel like we've seen so many movies that we've almost watched all of the horror movies at this point. So we were like, you know what, screw it. Let's just watch it. It's included. I already paid, what was it, like $7-8 for Peacock. Let's just watch it. So we turned it on, and I'm watching. I'm like, oh, it's good. It's a continuation, because I'm going into this movie completely blind. I didn't know if it took place 2 years after or continuation or what, anything. I didn't know any of the backstory. So we're sitting down watching it, and I only watched it once, so I'm just bear with me with my memory might be, I might forget something and then remember it, so just bear with me. Nothing's in a timeline form. I'm just kind of thinking of things. The immediate reaction about 35 to 40 minutes into the film is these characters are the absolute dumbest people on the face of the planet. I've seen dumber characters in movies, but these people are really, they're nipping at their heels. Okay? The lack of logic in this movie with a lot of characters is abundant, and it comes off as a bad 90s horror film. Like, and I mean not like in the cutesy way it's bad and you want to watch it to get a little giggle. Like in the bad way, like, why would you do that? That's just, no. It's just annoying. And like low budget, sometimes it feels like there's a high budget for this film. And for the most part, it does look good. But like I've said in the past, if something looks good and it's still a piece of shit, like if it's a golden turd, it's still a turd at the end of the day. So the writing, I want to say, is atrocious. It feels like it's been written by a 12-year-old. And I don't mean to insult 12-year-olds by saying that, but it just seems like a bunch of nonsense, people making stupid decisions without thinking twice. The police are completely inept. They make emergency services look like they're just brainless NPCs in a video game. It and I don't want to hear the excuse that like, well, that's kind of horror's thing. People make bad decisions in horror movies all the time. No, not now. You can use that excuse all you want in the 80s and the 90s, and that was part of the growing pains of those slasher films and horror back then. But now, no. With this, the logic there's got to be logic there. And it doesn't seem like any of these people in this movie want to live. I'm convinced that they want to die because they just allow Michael to kill them. They don't care whether they live or die. They don't try to get away. They just stand there and stare at him as he walks up slowly and stabs them to death or jams a fluorescent tube up their ass or in their throat or, like this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about when you've got to have, when you're writing a script and you're trying to take it seriously, because this movie tries to take itself seriously. It's not like we're talking about some low budget, crappy indie film that no one's really probably going to see except for a very niche crowd that just wants to watch every horror film ever made. We're talking about a big budget film with, Jamie Lee Curtis came back. A lot of people that were nonsensically brought back just to die were brought back. It's kind of like, another franchise I know. Starts with an S and the other word starts with a W. Wonder what the name of that is. But it just seems like, I don't know, like there's police officers, like there's one scene with police officers, the flashback scene. And by far, I'll tell you this. If you want to watch a movie that's based on a retro aesthetic, a good retro feel, let me just offer you a very good horror film. It doesn't brag, it doesn't boast, it doesn't beat around the bush with any bullshit. It doesn't try to subliminally give you political messages in it. It just is a horror film. That's all it is. It knows what it is, and it just tries to give you that. Go watch The House of the Devil by director Ty West. Dude is brilliant, can shoot things properly, the way horror films are supposed to be shot. Leaving you guessing and kind of the anticipation of the film. It is a slower moving film, but if you want a retro feel and you want to feel like the late 70s, early 80s, this guy actually really does it and does it pleasantly. He gives you that kind of Shining-esque feel where it feels kind of cold and vacant. You know what I'm talking about? Like that, I don't know, just that chill of you're in this big house and it's awkward and you feel something breathing on your neck and it's raising the hairs on your neck. This movie doesn't do that. This movie is like loud and boisterous and it's not paced very well. Like I said, the characters are probably the biggest downfall. If I find myself rooting against the characters that are trying to survive in the movie and I'm rooting for the killer, it's a failure. Maybe I'm more of a horror purist and I want to root for the protagonist to survive. Maybe I'm more of that traditional mindset, but when I'm rooting for the killer just to kill everyone because they're dumb, that's not a good thing for your property, you know? And I don't know, it just seems like it tries to be cutesy funny at one point, and then other points it tries to take itself overly serious. And it tries to give political messages. Now, granted, some of those political messages were kind of a coincidence because this was actually shot 2 years ago, right after Halloween 2018. So it was shot 2 years ago, and then a lot of things happened within the last 2 years that are very similar to what happened in the movie. So, like, a lot of riots happened, but this movie was shot before the riots happened. So that you kind of have to take into account. Um, so there's that, but I don't know. Like I said, there's Tommy Doyle comes back, the original girl that was with Tommy Doyle that when Michael attacked is also in this. The nurse that got her car attacked by Michael when he escaped is in this. Like none of these are big like coup things. Tommy Doyle is not played by the original Tommy Doyle. He's played by Anthony Michael Hall. Um, I don't know. I just there's a couple scenes where there's demasculating men, and it's just unnecessary. Which it's actually kind of a funny thing. There's one scene where specifically a wife is demasculating her husband in the car, and someone hands the guy a gun, and the wife is like, "Oh, honey, do you even know how to use that? Oh, you better let me handle that, hon." Like, okay, pretty sure I can. And like and it's on top of that, it's a Desert Eagle. She's holding a deagle in her hand, which you can clearly see she's never shot in her life after the shooting lesson that she shows after letting her husband give him 1-4 about weapon lessons. She can't shoot the broadside of a barn. I don't know. There's just like a lot of like hinky coincidental things that happen, and it just doesn't work for the story. There's this whole mob mentality sub story to it, and they like the mob. Like, there's obviously spoilers in this. Like, I wouldn't do a review if there wasn't spoilers, but I don't know. Like, somebody gets misconstrued as for Michael, and he doesn't look anything like Michael. He looks like a withering old man that's just scared and crying, and they think it's Michael. I'm like, does that sound like someone who would murder a bunch of people? Like, I don't think so. That doesn't work for me. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. So there's that. Um, I don't know. It just didn't work. It just didn't work, and it felt like the movie at times couldn't get out of its own way with trying to do a certain thing and then that thing just not meaning anything. Like they did the mob mentality thing, and then they went to, oh, Michael's turning us into monsters, and we're murdering people that we shouldn't, and this is not how to handle things. And the police try to step in and say, no, this can't happen. We're the police. We're going to handle it. And then they call the police inept. Um, and then there's a scene where Laurie's talking to one of the police officers that we thought was dead, which I'll get into that, which is complete horseshit. He should be dead. From the first one, he was stabbed by not the first one, but the 2018 version. He was stabbed by the doctor in the neck and then ran over, by the way. And you can clearly see in the 2018, he was stabbed multiple times, and then he was laying on the ground, and then the doctor ran over him on purpose and kind of laughed about it while he ran him over. But somehow he survived without a tire tread mark on him, and he's in the hospital. And he and Laurie have this moment where he's like, I should have shot him, Laurie. And this was actually the movie's chance to say, oh, no, you shouldn't kill people, even though, and mob mentality is not good, and none of this is good. This is Laurie's chance to kind of step up and say, even though this is happening, I know morals, I have values, I'm going to do. But nope, she disagrees with him. Yeah, you probably should have killed him 40 years ago. You had a chance. And speaking on the police, like I said, I have to point this stuff out, because if I don't, I'm sounding like I'm not giving you guys the fullness of my thoughts on the review. there are certain flashback scenes with police officers. And we all know how inept police officers have been in the past. And that was, what, 20 years ago with most cops in the past? I'll even go 10 years ago. But even within a 10-year span, police officers, I want to say, should be shown a little bit more love in movies. As you know, police officers use tactics. They're professionals. They know what they're doing in certain scenarios. And I'm bringing up certain scenarios because police officers, for the most part, will not handle the scenario that's handled in the movie, which is there's a flashback scene with the cop that got ran over by the one that had the scene with Lori in the hospital. And it shows him as a kid pursuing Michael Myers down an alleyway. And then Michael turns a corner and just poof vanishes. Now, instead of waiting for your partner to pursue the suspect, the partner just happens to pop up and say, hey, what's going on? And he's like, oh, he went down this way and he's just vanished. 2 more cops show up and they're like, all right, well, we'll split up and we'll look for him. Instead of pursuing the suspect per his last position or rounding the street and covering the front and the back, which would be a tactical decision to do, and scouring that area, they don't do that. Everyone walks away and they slowly walk away from where he was just seen. So he could run up right behind them and stab the shit out of both of them and kill them both while they're just chatting about nonsensical shit. On top of that, after they find out that Michael's at his house and the 2 cops go into the house, what happens then? Watching these 2 cops clear a house, and I'm not even a police officer, I don't have any military training, gave me high anxiety. And not in a good way like, oh, the movie really, the tone of the movie gave me anxiety and I felt like I was on the edge of my seat. Nope. The other kind of anxiety. Like, you guys are stupid. It's just common sense things that you're seeing not being done. Like clearing a house properly. When you're clearing a house properly, what do? You check your corners. None of these cops check their corners at all. They enter rooms, they don't check the closets, they don't check their corners, they don't check anything. They're the most untactical people on the planet. They just walk into a room and get killed. Walk into a room and get killed. They don't check their six. They don't communicate with their partner. Nothing. There's actually a gay couple in the movie that communicate better and have better house clearing skills than the police officers. I'll talk about that in a second because they do some nonsense too. But yeah, it's just really stupid. I mean, even pursuing a suspect and a suspect is at a location, you immediately call for backup. And you wait for backup to arrive. Then you enter the household. So, what happens? One cop gets choked from behind by Michael while being held in front of a window. The other cop enters the room, befuddled and stupid, his gun nervously shaking in his hand. And instead of assessing the situation, thinking about it, the next tactic, thinking about his partner's life, he fires his gun off and shoots his partner. Instead of, while Michael's choking him with I think it was like a rope or a cord or something, he's choking him. He's choking him. Do you know how long it takes for someone to get choked to death? I think it's got to take at least 2 minutes. So he's standing there for about maybe 10, 15 seconds, if that, while his partner's getting choked. He's not dead. He's slowly dying, but he's not dead. And he's not even fighting back, the cop, either. I could think of multiple different things. Even if my adrenaline's rushing, what I would do. If I saw my partner being choked and I saw them by the window, I would charge and try to force the attacker off my partner, or try to tackle him down, or do something that's non-violent that won't put my partner at risk. This cop just acts just like a less responsible Keanu Reeves in Speed, where in Speed he shoots Jeff Daniels in the friggin' leg, and he's like, "You shot me." He's like, "Yeah, well, I had to take the hostage out of the situation." He doesn't shoot him in the leg; he shoots him in the head. He shoots his partner in the head and kills him, and then it's like the dumbest shit you'll ever see. And then he tries to attack Michael and gets his ass kicked. And then Michael goes downstairs, and there's a ton of cops outside. And if they would have just waited for backup instead of pursuing a suspect in the house, none of that would have happened. His partner would still be alive. He wouldn't have fired his weapon for no reason. There would have been less lives taken that night. And this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. This is common sense stuff when you're writing any script. Not even just a horror script. Anything. You got to use common sense. Things have to make sense to a certain degree. Yes, people will make mistakes. I get that. People make mistakes all the time. But that type of stuff is stupid. There's also a gay couple. And they're clearing they realize, and this is multiple times this happens in the movie, where Michael has entered someone's house and they know that he's in the house or someone's in the house. Now, what's the first thing that you're going to do? If you, A, don't have a weapon to defend yourself with, that's worthwhile, because you don't know who's in your house with what they have. They could have an axe, a machete, a screwdriver, their bare hands, or they could have a gun. They could have a rifle. They could have a shotgun. You don't know what they have. But if you hear thuds in your house, what's the first thing you're going to do if you don't know anything? You're going to call the police and you're going to exit the house, regardless of whatever's going on. Call the police, exit the house. What does this gay couple do? Oh my God. They shut the doors and they lock them, trapping themselves inside the house with a killer. Then proceed to try and clear the house. Now, they did a better job than the police did clearing a house. I will say that. But they still ended up dead. So they didn't do that good of a job. And I'm pretty sure they had knives, like little butter knives too. They didn't have anything worthwhile that was going to take Michael out. No, they were no threat at any point in the movie. I'm pretty sure one of the guys was Danny McBride. The other guy was the guy that played Stewart in Mad TV. Look what I can do. That guy. Anthony Daniels or Davis or something like that. I can't remember his name. But anyway, Danny McBride tries to act all badass and takes his rings off and his watch off, and he's like, "Oh, screw that! I'm gonna go kick his ass," and then he dies. So it's like there's just a lot of that going on in the movie, and if that stuff doesn't bother you, you might enjoy the movie. I hate the term, "I'm just gonna turn my brain off and just watch a movie." I hate that because I have to be entertained, and if something doesn't make sense, it's not entertaining me anymore, because you've lost me as far as my intrigue and my anticipation for the movie. You've lost that. And once you've lost that, and then the basically I just don't care about the movie at that point. I just want to see what happens at the end, and I could care less. Or sometimes I might even just turn a film off if it's just not worth my damn time. So, I don't know. I feel bad for the people that actually paid money to go see this, and I'm seeing a lot of generic people saying this movie's good, and I'm like, damn, like it's definitely not a good movie by any bit. I would actually watch the Thorn cult movies over the newer movies. And that is bad, if I have to say that. Because at least they had a direction. I don't know what direction this movie franchise is going. This part of the franchise is going. If you want a definitive version for Halloween, let me direct you this way. There's Halloween 1, 1978, Halloween 2, and Halloween 3. Not a lot of people like Halloween 3 because there's no Michael in it. But I think, personally, when you look back and you have hindsight, I think, personally, the Halloween franchise was going the right direction after Halloween 3. Because Michael's story was told in Halloween 1 and 2. And it was a special story. It was told. It was well done. John Carpenter did a great job with a lot of things. He didn't do such a great job with Escape from L.A. I'll just say that. But he did a great job with the first two films. I think you got a definitive beginning and an end with Halloween 1 and 2. And Halloween 3 went a different direction. And I think for the Halloween franchise, it made more sense to go with Halloween-themed stories for the Halloween movie franchise. And you would have gotten a different story every movie, as opposed to just getting, oh, it's just Michael again. Oh, we know what to expect with this. And then it's not scary anymore. But if we had the allure, the insight that we've already had from those two Halloween films, I think we would appreciate those two Halloween films better if there was no Michael after that. And staying true to that. There's a lot of things nowadays, because everything is so corporate and so easily just milked to death. Cash cows and such. Sometimes things need to die. They need to go away for a long time to be appreciated. You know, distance makes the heart grow fonder. All of that fun phrases that you want to use. It just seems like certain IPs or just movies or just, I don't know, toy lines even need to die. There's lots of toy lines that I grew up with that I loved that are dead and have stayed dead, and I'm kind of glad that they're still dead. Did we really need Silverhawks to come back? Probably not. They weren't that great of toys to begin with. Do we need to keep bashing our heads over with G.I. Joe? Probably not. It probably needs to die for a longer period of time before we can bring it back and have something new. Because we've got generations of people that still want the same thing from G.I. Joe that's been given to us already. But that's a different story for a different time. My point is, sometimes things need to end and go away and not be brought back. They had the right idea, I think, with Halloween 1, 2, and 3, and then that was it. And then after Halloween 3, you could add a different story. Kind of like similar to, what was it, like Creep Show, the movie Creep Show, the movie Trick or Treat. I'm trying to think what else. Body Bags was actually a direct to, I think it was like I think that was, what was that, Showtime? A Showtime special back then? Way back then. It was kind of trying to compete with like Tales from the Crypt, but something like Tales from the Crypt. You would have gotten different stories each time, and it would have told a couple stories in the movie, and it could have been a Halloween themed type movie, every 3 or 2 years, however long it takes to make the movie. And then you would have something special released on Halloween, and then we would have a Halloween tradition. We don't have that. We just have a bunch of nonsense Michael Myers movies that are just not scary. Not scary, and you know what to expect. Same thing with Jason. I love Jason. You guys know I love me some Jason Voorhees. His movies aren't scary. And the franchise should have been dead probably after the final chapter. But same thing with Freddy. Freddy's not scary. Freddy's funny to a lot of people. They tried to bring him back, and look what happened. Jeez. I think like certain franchises can work, like Scream. That can work because it's based more so in reality. Now, some of the stuff that happens in the movie is not very realistic, but the no horror film is realistic. But it uses a lot more logic, I think, than most horror films. But the way that they've handled Scream, like I wouldn't be surprised. And I posted what was it, that poll a couple days ago saying, if Sydney dies in Scream 5, are you going to be upset? Some people were saying, yeah, I'd be furious, and other people were saying, no, it doesn't make sense not to have her in the franchise. And I'm like, absolutely kill her off. Why not? She doesn't make the Scream franchise. It's not called Sidney Prescott. It's called Scream. You know? So you need to have some sort of evolution in that if you're going to keep something like that going. You just got to make sure you have the right people in the right scenarios to keep that film going, or just end it. I think a lot of what Scream is, and I don't mean to go off on a Scream tangent, but I just think the way that they've handled the franchise is a lot better than some other horror films, because at least it has me intrigued. You don't know who's going to die. You tend to meet new characters and tend to want to root for those characters to survive. And when they don't, you're like, you know what? Wow, that person died. Cotton Weary, Scream 3, wasn't expecting him to die in the first opening act, but he did. Pretty sure he got a knife to the forehead. Um, stuff like that. Opening credits. Nobody expected Drew Barrymore to die in the original Scream when it first came out. She was a big build actress at the time, and no one expected her to die. And guess what? Murked. Act 1. Murked. Done. Opening scene. Death. So I think there's certain franchises that can continue, and there's others that can't. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I think logically that's what makes sense, at least for me, especially with horror. Um, it, it makes sense to try and keep things scary, and when you don't know what to expect, it makes the movie 10 times more scary. When you know what to expect when you're going into the film, and you already have seen the trailer that showed half the damn movie, it's like, what would have been a better trailer? A, Someone lighting a pumpkin with the Halloween theme, and then blowing the pumpkin candle out after that. That's it. Just giving the date underneath. That's it. I feel like that would have been a better movie trailer than the trailer they showed, which showed half the damn movie and the premise. And the fact that he murks like 12 firefighters is just stupid. Absolutely stupid. Because I have friends that are firefighters, and those are some big, durable, strong men, and I guarantee they'd beat the shit out of Michael Myers. I promise you that. Especially if you've got the jaws of life, and you've got a saw, and you've got crowbars, and you've got, I don't know. It just, no. You've got a hose that they actually hose him down with, and he just walks right towards the hose like it does nothing. I'm like, do you know how much pressure that hose uses? Like, yikes. This is the type of shit I'm talking about with this movie. You gotta bring these things into account. They do matter at the end of the day. But um I don't know. Personally, long-winded speech is over. I'd say skip it. Move on to the next thing. Go watch The House of the Devil, and go watch The Innkeepers. You'll be happier. I promise you that. And if you want something nonsensical, go watch Who You're Next. Go watch that. There's a bunch of films I could steer you towards. Night Flyer, if you want some good 90s fashion horror. Night Flyer is a good one. What else? If you want something silly like the 80s, you can go Camp Nowhere. I don't know. There's a ton. There's From Beyond is a fantastic. If you want gore, that movie is something else, though. I'll tell you that. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts on that. Transformers looking at you, Michael Bay. Yeah, that's right. You're right, Andy. But I don't know. I mean, you could watch it and just watch it for yourself if you want to. If you got Peacock, I definitely would not suggest you paying money to go see this in a theater. I'll save you a lot of money and a lot of gas money for the film and your car. Just don't bother. Just if you can watch it on Peacock, watch it on Peacock. If not, I would wait until or you can watch it pirated. Watch it pirated. It's definitely not the hype that especially even Jamie Lee Curtis said it was, because there was a lot of interviews with her saying it's a masterpiece and it's a great film and we got all these people to come back. Getting people to come back does not make something a good film. Okay. Freddy vs. Jason versus Michael would be a great movie to make. Right? I feel like Michael would get destroyed in like the first 15 minutes against Jason and Freddy. I feel like he's way outmatched. Because Michael essentially is just a guy. He's just a dude. He's not like, he doesn't have like powers like Jason does. Like Jason can like teleport and shit. And he's essentially like a zombie. Freddy is Freddy. I mean, I don't even have to explain that. It'd be like the same thing as putting the Scream Killer against them. Like the Scream Killer would get destroyed in like 10 minutes. Be a wrap. Ghostface would get destroyed. Eating Taco Hell sounds scarier than this. Yeah, Taco Hell is. Whew. And like Woodman, I miss Buffalo so much because the food there. Oh my god, the food! I'm going back in November. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I'm going back in November for Thanksgiving, and I cannot wait to eat the food. Oh my god. I miss Mighty Taco so bad. You guys probably have no idea what the hell Mighty Taco is. But those of you that do, or you can Google Mighty Taco, it's a local like New York State thing. I don't even think there's I don't even think there's a Mighty Taco in New York City. I think it's only like Rochester, Syracuse. Maybe there's one in Albany. Buffalo. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I don't think there's one in Canada either. It's not a Canadian. It started in Buffalo and then moved to Rochester. Because the original Mighty Taco was on Hurdle Avenue, Buffalo, New York, 1979. But anyway, I'm going off on local Buffalo tangents now. But I do miss the food, though. Speaking of food. Not in Boston, yeah. It's mostly like a New York thing. So if anybody ever travels through Buffalo, even if you're just traveling through to go to Canada, be sure to check out Mighty Taco. And we have some of the best pizza and wings. I've put our pizza and wings up against any place ever on the planet, and I guarantee they're better. And just our food, Greek food, stuff like that. Sorry, I'm going way off on a tangent. I miss my Buffalo food. Oh. But yeah, Taco Hell? Oh my god. Hovering over the toilet all night. Alright, I'm going to change this red light district stuff. Oh, sorry for the bright light. Palmer fell over again. Gotta put my filter back in. My filter, your filter. Would you like my filter? Back him up a little bit. Whoa. Bright light, Mogwai. That's another franchise I hope they never bring back is Gremlins. I feel like that would just get destroyed. But here is the question. is Gremlins a Christmas movie or a horror movie or a sci-fi movie? Then we'll get Mr. Meekle out of there. We'll bring in the power loader here. Why not? Because it's so pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Yes, please don't. I like Gremlins, don't get me wrong, but bringing that franchise back is unnecessary. You know? So, yeah, I don't know. This is a good Michael Myers figure, though. I gotta say that. He is essentially just a guy in a rubbery jumpsuit, but it works. It does work. You say horror Christmas movie? I think it definitely takes place during Christmas. It's kind of like that whole theory of, is Die Hard considered a Christmas movie, or does it just take place during Christmas? Because the next one takes place during, I think, Thanksgiving, and then the one after that takes place during, I want to say, Independence Day, right? I want to say like 4th of July. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Doesn't that take place during the summer? And then Live Free Die Hard. No, I think Live Free Die Hard takes place during 4th of July. I can't remember. But anyway, a lot of people do consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie. There's definitely a lot of Christmas stuff in it. So it could be considered a Christmas movie. Oops. You know? I guess if you considered, because there's a lot of, like, now I have a machine gun, ho, 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 ho. Or ho, 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 now I have a machine gun, either way. Whichever way it said. Part 2 was in Christmas too? I thought Part 2 was Thanksgiving. Let me check. I'm pretty sure it was like... I'm just curious now, just to know. Let's see. Let's see. It was... Which is funny. It's funny that Die Hard is taking place in the winter, but it was released July 2nd, 1990. Let's see. Let's see. As with the first film, Die Hard 2 does take place during Christmas Eve. Okay, I retract my previous statement. You are right, Andy. Yeah, no, Andy was right. It's definitely Christmas also. So I guess you could consider, seeing as both films, both the first two films, Die Hard and then Die Harder, which I think is a funny name. I guess you can consider them Christmas movies. I mean, that is a tradition right there. They did go away from the tradition on With a Vengeance, which is my favorite movie of the franchise. And then Live Free or Die Hard, and then we're not going to discuss that, the fifth one. We're just not going to talk about that. Tim, you out, bud? All right, buddy. You guys have a great night. Let's go, Brandon. What? Yeah, it probably should have stopped. Actually, you know what? I didn't mind Live Free or Die Hard. I actually thought that was a pretty decently done film. You know, it was a decent update. They didn't do the fish out of water stuff too much. They did a little bit, I won't lie. But, you know, I think it was the right timing for it. But the one after that was, oh my God, horrible. The one in Russia, oh my God, that was terrible. But yeah, I thought Live Free or Die Hard was. I think after 4, that's enough. Like, because after that, you could start telling Bruce Willis was on his shit about not wanting to do much. You know, I don't know that, and you can tell he's getting older. So, because he's what, in his 70s now, I think, pretty sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think I might wrap it up though. I've been droning on long enough. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing me. I'm just kidding. Um, maybe you are. I don't know. But yeah, I'll stop it here. I think I got in enough. We talked about the what was it? I talked about some of the stuff you guys can check out that are ending. If you guys are interested, like I said, the Cosmic Legions are ending tomorrow. The what you call it? Futuristic combat blah, blah, blah. Soldiers are oh my god. Futuristic combat soldiers are ending in 2 days on Monday. But yeah. And we talked about HasCon and all that silliness. So I think we got it in for the day. What are my thoughts on the maintenance mech? I'm editing my review now. I don't know. I have the other 2 mechs, and they're essentially the same thing as the maintenance mech. That's why I gave him the drill, or gave her the drill, and the claw. I think these are really good mechs, and I like the size of them. I think they started going a bit too much. Like they got with the fear mechs, they're big and they're brooding, but they're not fun to play with. Like they're not fun to pose. There's a bunch of shit that falls off of them all the time. They probably should have used a peg system instead of the strap system with all the armor. So I like these size mechs a lot better, and I like the Freeman mech the best. I still think that the Freeman mech is the type of mech that they should have continued around that size, maybe a little bit taller, with, as opposed to going really tall and overly gargantuan with the fear mechs. I also don't like the backpack system with the fear mechs. After now owning 3 of them, yeah, I sound like a hypocrite, but they are aesthetically great looking figures. They're just not all that much fun to pose around and play with. I mean, you can still pose them, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of weight on those ankles, and they tend to, get loose. These size mechs are fantastic. Everything closes on them, pulls up. I don't feel like anything is going to snap off or break or anything like that. Joint tolerances are pretty damn good. She can sit in there nicely, and she looks comfortable. She looks natural, holding on to the joysticks also. And it just looks good. It really does look good. So I would definitely recommend if you're looking for some sort of upgraded power loader, go with this. I mean, it looks the part. Especially if you don't want to pay an exorbitant amount of money for a power loader that's probably not as well built as this from the Aliens franchise. You could go with this, and I think it works. You could still see through the canopy, and you can still see the operator. Worst case scenario, you could always lift this up. But I like it. I like it quite a bit. I think it's a really solid, good mech, and I like the platform it's on. But I still think I like the Freeman mech is my favorite mech that they've made, period. I really thought I was going to like the Fear mech, or the Freeman mech is my favorite. The Fear mech 3 I thought was going to be my favorite, the big burly dude with the the thicker armor and stuff like that, and he's got the big, huge Gatling gun. Because I'm always like a heavy, I don't know, I'm always into like heavier guns and stuff like that, like saws and, you know, bigger, heavier artillery and stuff like that. But that and snipers. But the Fear Mech 2, I gotta say, is probably the best looking. Actually, no, I still think, I don't know. I like the head on the Fear Mech 2, and not just because it's got a painted on skull, just because I like the head because it actually looks like a head. The other two look like they're little droid heads. Like it looks like a head from Star Wars. I don't know. It kind of looks like BD. What was his name? BD from the the head on the Fear Mech 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, excuse me, look like BD from the Star Wars video game. What the hell's the matter with me? I can't think of it. Fallen Empire or Fallen Jedi? Jedi Fallen Order. What's wrong with me? Oh my god. I mean, this is what I'm talking about right here. I'll just show you. Where is BD, by the way? I'll just show you. It's funny. So that head right there kind of looks like an enlarged BD, and I'll just show you. Where is he? I got to find him. Where did you go? Talking to a toy like it ran off somewhere. There we go. All right. And I'm dropping shit now. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. All right, so. See that head? Now look at that head. Doesn't that remind you of BD? It does, doesn't it? So that's what I'm talking about. So like Fear Mech 1, it's got kind of that awkward head. Then Fear Mech 2, he's kind of got an actual head. And then Fear Mech 3. So I like his head the best. And then I would go with him as a second. And then he's a little bit too gangly for me. But yeah, so that's that. These two right here are really solid too. They're on the same platform as the maintenance mech. I think I like this one the best. Just because it feels like it's got a little bit more armor on him. But I gotta shoot reviews. I might just do all three together because they're essentially on the same platform. And just kind of talk about the differences between the three. But this guy right here is the best. Personally, I think. And I think, what was it? Me, Jossie, and Strident all did a collaborative review on the Freeman, which he is editing on his channel. So as soon as that's up, be sure to check that out. And I'll also post it in the Strident page once he uploads it. But yeah, I think I'll end it here unless you guys got anything else to discuss. And I'll be on my way. And you'll be on your way. And you guys can enjoy the rest of your weekend. So yeah, I'll go ahead and end it here then. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys are awesome as always. And thanks for everybody for popping in. I'm sorry if I did miss your comment. I apologize. Terry, what's going on, buddy? I'm sorry if I didn't say hi to you there. Thank you, Zorpox, for popping in. I appreciate you, bro. Woodman, as always. Everybody. Brenda. Tim. Everybody. Thank you so much. Hey, Andy. But yeah, I'll stop it here. You know, I've gone on long enough here. Almost, what was it? Oh my God, 149 minutes. I'll stop it here then. But yeah, you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. I'm uploading I set up Premiere up for the Mezco, what am I talking about here? The Mezco Kriegs. It ended up being a longer review than I thought. I tried to edit it down as much as possible. So I know it's a longer video. My reviews tend to be a little bit longer. I know sometimes I just have so many thoughts in my head. I just can't Can't get them right. Dem Guts, what's going on, bud? Jossie, I'm going to try and link up and see what Stry's doing if you guys want to play some Dragon's Crown tonight. So let me know. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I'm going to upload or it's already uploaded, but it should start playing at around noon. At noon tomorrow, not around noon, but noon tomorrow, the premiere for both the Craigs, Craig 13 and the Pale Drivers. I'll just bring them in here really quick. Boom. His review is all set, and Craig 13's is all set. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review as well. Like I said, I'm just going to keep trying to churn out some of these reviews. I do want to do a couple, Mythic Legions reviews that I haven't gotten around to do, like Magnus's. I don't think I ever did an Otho review. Or I don't even know if I did an Atlas review. Like, there's just a lot of videos that I just have not done. That I haven't even done a review on one of the trolls. Like, there's just so much to do. There's so much to do. But yeah, even some Spawn figures. I got these Spawn figures I got to do a bunch of reviews on too. So there's a lot in the works. But I hope you guys have a great night. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. And I'm sure I'm probably going to do some sort of stream or something for Halloween. I always try to do something for Halloween. It's always fun to do. It's like my favorite time of year. That and Thanksgiving are my two favorites. But other than that, it was nice hanging out with all of you. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream, regardless of differences in opinions and such. And yeah. Oh, you were just playing? Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll hit you guys up in the chat and see if you guys are still up. But I'm gonna go grab some dinner, eat that, and then I'll hit you guys up. But yeah, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you on the flip side.